Hey, welcome back to the Lorcana YouTube channel. Normally I would say that I'm just a nerd who spends way too much money on shiny cardboard, and I think I may say the same thing here because I got a special video today. The doc has put together a slideshow of the latest reveals that were announced. I guess when you're watching this, probably a couple of days ago. I don't know exactly when I'm going to release this video. I have not seen this slideshow yet. I don't know what's going to happen in this. I've seen some of the reveals, so like I know about the new Iconic, I know about the new Simba Enchanted, so super excited about that. Obviously, I didn't have to tell you that, you already know that. But a lot of these cards, I don't know what's happening with this, and so I'm probably going to spend way too much money because I am super excited for Whispers in the Well. I loved gargoyles as a kid. I know, since the first reveal, this image here, I noticed, I don't know if the mouse will work here. Nope, my face is covering it. So let's see if I can move here. I saw that gargoyle there and I'm like, there's nothing else that can be that. Like that literally looks like Brooklyn. Wait, yeah. No, that looks like Broadway. Sorry, I'm getting the names wrong here. So, let's go back here. I was told I should be on left side middle to put my face camera, and hopefully I won't cover any reveals. I may move it if I'm messing something up there. But yeah, that looks like Broadway for me. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Bronx. I love Goliath, but even knowing about Demona, on the box art that we're seeing, super excited about that. All the characters, I can't wait, and I know that Pixar is coming out in 2026, and so maybe there's some reveals from that as well too. Obviously, Toy Story is going to be there. I'm most excited about Up happening. I'm hoping Up will be in there, but if it's not, that's okay. I know at some point I'm going to get Doug, the dog. It's like squirrel. Like I want that. Okay. So, all right. Without further waiting, let's see what we got here. So, first slide. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So. I did get it right. That does look like Broadway. It's a bit grayed out, but we got Bronx. We got the dog gargoyle, the cutest one. We got Goliath. I'm hoping there's going to be a Goliath Enchanted. The voice acting for Goliath, the voice acting for gargoyles was fantastic. There's so much stuff going on here. I know about this new mechanic, this stone by day, right? If you watch the gargoyles, either growing up or watching it now, if you have Disney Plus, you can watch the gargoyles there, and that intro of the stone by day, warriors by night. We were betrayed by the people we were sworn to protect, right? If you don't know about the gargoyles, they at sunrise they turn to stone, and at sunset they burst, come out alive, and they're protectors of their castle, and then later on they become protectors of the city, right? So wow, what to say here? There's a lot going on. We're only in the commons and uncommons, and I'm already excited about this. Duckworth, is that going to be Darkwing Duck? Do I have that right? I don't know for sure. Some of these I don't know. I think there's like a Black Cauldron in this release. I didn't watch that. I don't know much about that. So if you're a Black Cauldron fan, I do apologize. I won't be covering a whole lot about that because I simply don't know the property. But if you're a Black Cauldron fan, let me know. Like, tell me, is this something I need to go watch? Because there's probably a lot of property I need to do that with. So, okay. Really cool artwork though, just all the way around. I'm hoping for a Bronx Enchanted. Maybe I'll start doing a dog collection for Enchanted challenge, and I do think Bronx would count. Ferocious Beast name, I don't know about that. This Stone by Day, I think it applies to like all the gargoyles. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, this character can't ready. So could be very interesting to see how that gets worked into the meta if it does become meta relevant. Considering that they are quite strong. I mean, Bronx is a 3 ink for a 6/4. That is power right there. Plus Reckless. He basically becomes the new Maui Hero to All, right? Maui Hero to All, I think, was either 5 or 6 ink, and I think he was a 6/5 or a 6/4 with Reckless. So now, and also in red as a rare, the bonus you get here is it's 2 less or maybe 3 less ink to cast, but if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, you can't ready the character. So you get a lot of power, but you get that drawback with it. So I like it. I'm a fan. Let's move on. Okay, we got the rares. We got an Ariel, Magar, Robin Hood. Oh, we got Eliza Maza, the main human protagonist in Gargoyles. And we also have a new Ursula. Oh, a Whisper. So I know we got the new, I guess the new tag, which is Whisper. I don't really know anything about that, like how that's supposed to play. And we also have the new ability of Boost. I think is added to this as well too, where you can pay certain amount of ink, and you can put a card underneath this card, and if they have a card underneath them, they usually get like some bonus ability. So like Magar, while there's a card under this character, she gets +1 lore and gains whenever this character is challenged. Each opponent chooses and discards a card. Note on that one, it says while there's a character under this character, she gets +1 lore, so it's not for how many. So I guess any of the programmers who follow this, you can understand the nuance and the very precise language being used here, which I do. So okay, so Eliza's got, while you have 2 or more other characters in play with 5 or more, I think that's power, or yeah, this character gets +2 lore. Okay, I mean, if you can get that, like, let's go back, we can get that with Bronx and a Goliath out. I don't think you're gonna. I don't know. Well, I won't make too many judgments on the meta. I'm not a good enough player for something like that. But still excited to see more Gargoyle characters in there. Having a new Ariel is always good. Adding extra princess options. Maybe she'll. Oh wait, I think she actually has the iconic. So I think this may be the iconic. So we'll probably get to that later. Okay. We got super rare. We got the Simba. I saw the Enchanted. It's amazing. We got the Simba King in the Making. It's a Whisper. 7 ink, 5/5 for 3 lore with boost ability. But this one, it seems like I think the Mufasa, I think the betrayed leader, where when that character was banished, you could reveal, I think, like the top 3 cards of your deck and put 1 into play, or maybe I think it was 1 into play if it was under a certain cost. This one is when you boost this character, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, you can play that character for free and enter play Exerted. So I could see something like this with my Stitch meme deck, I think, where I try to do Rockstar Stitch and then just try to play a bunch of characters. Like, it's literally nothing but characters. I don't think I have actions in it. At one point I was doing that with Simba and Pride Lands, so I could pay less ink to get characters out if I had a Prince character at the Pride Lands. Obviously Pride Lands isn't really used. None of the locations are that I know of, but it's meant to be fun, and I enjoy something like that. We also have the Horned King. I think that's the Black Cauldron. Ridiculous artwork, not gonna lie. That's got me tempted to go watch the Black Cauldron because that is metal. Yeah, that's some impressive artwork. I don't expect that from like Disney stuff typically, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I wonder if that has an Enchanted. That may be one that I'm trying to target. If the artwork it goes like that, that's you got me interested in Black Cauldron right there, Disney. Good job. All right, we got the legendaries. We got the Black Cauldron. We got Hades. Hades seems to be becoming like a more meta staple. Obviously, Infernal Schemer from like the first chapter now in Fable is super meta relevant. We got a Daisy Duck, Paranormal Investigator. I probably should say more things about the legendaries here, so let's try to do that before I talk about Demona, which obviously I'm most excited about. Freaking love the Gargoyles. So awesome. Okay. Black Cauldron. This turn, you may play characters from under this item. You can also put a character card from your discard under this item face up. Oh. Okay. So I am curious. You may play characters from under this item. I'm guessing you still have to have the ink available to pay the costs for it, and it's not like free or anything. But that could be interesting. It could be a way to get a card back, especially if it's like when this character is played, some really awesome ability happens. Then we might see that item have some use with it. So, okay, we got the Hades. When you play this character, you may choose an opposing character if you do draw 2 cards, unless that character's player puts that card on the bottom of their deck. Okay, so yeah, you could see something like that with Black Cauldron, forcing Hades or forcing the opponent to get rid of their character, or you get to draw 2 cards. Okay, Daisy Duck though, while this character is exerted, cards enter opponent's ink while exerted. Wow, that's an interesting mechanic right there. I could see that being very useful, is to just really slow down and grind down your opponent, right? Obviously, if they play a card, you got this card out, or they play something into Inkwell, it goes into play exerted. On their next turn, they would unexert. But like, it basically slows down their ramp by 1, maybe 2, depending if you're going up against a what is this? This is Sapphire? Blue is Sapphire. Yeah, let's go with Sapphire, and hopefully I'm right on that. Where they're trying to get cards into Inkwell quickly, trying to ramp, but you could slow them down by a turn. I don't know. That might have some use. Support is cool. The shift aspect is nice. So you can get it out turn 4. Realistically, with blue, you might be able to get that turn 3. And then we got the Demona, still with Stone by Day. And it looks like, I don't know if this is real Latin. Okay, I don't know if the Gargoyles show actually use real Latin, but the ad saxum communitate sounds like it should be Latin. If there's anyone that speaks Latin, if you're watching this and you speak Latin, let me know. That is awesome. If you actually speak Latin, that's super cool. Okay, I'll just say it like that. But I have no idea if that's legit Latin or not. But when you play this character, exert all opposing characters. Then each player with fewer than 3 cards in their hand draws until they have 3 cards, which is seems to be fairly on point, right? With if you're playing Gargoyles, you don't want a lot of cards in your hand because they can't ready at the start of your turn. So getting the 3 cards, staying there, playing, and getting back up to 3 cards is exactly what we want to do with Gargoyles. So really awesome there. Okay, what do we got? We got the epics. Okay, so wait. So this is it? Okay, so they got the rares becoming the epics here. So basically the epics go full art. You don't get anything different, or in terms of the different artwork, but you get some raising of it, and a raising of like texture on the card, and then you have it become completely full art with it. I do like the epics as a rarity. I kind of wish that the artwork was slightly different, like how they do Enchanted, but I understand like you can't make it too close to an Enchanted card, because if not, then just make an Enchanted card, right? You haven't created something different. So I think I can understand the design choices in terms of card design, not actually for the game design with it. So I'm a big fan of epics. I'm glad that they're added to the game. I think it's a big positive for the collector community, since they do the same thing, but they're just a little bit rare. So it's like shiny Pokemon, right? They're just a bit rare, but they do the exact same thing. I know Enchanted are the same way. So, and I enjoy Pokemon. So this is great work. Okay. No new things to say about these cards because we've already talked a bit about them. I don't know if we saw Gaston previously, but they all have the boost mechanic, and that Robin Hood looks pretty cool as the ephemeral archer. That's awesome. And so if you don't know, I guess in Disney Lorcana, you're going to learn some vocabulary with some of these things, and maybe Latin, maybe not. I don't know. Okay. The Enchanted. So I had seen these two. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. So we already know the Lion King. I'm going to get that Simba at some point. Keep an eye out for future video. Something ridiculous happens, and I'm super excited. It has to deal with the Lion King. So I think that should come out Monday. What's my life right now? Monday the 20th. So keep an eye out for that. If this video gets released afterwards, go back and watch the video from Monday the October 20th. And if it comes out before, then look forward to that video. So really awesome stuff there. They're so different in their design, which I really love. They work to capture the essence of the two characters with what they're trying to convey. So starting with the Simba, he's a whisper. It's king in the making. Everything is very flowy. Almost looks angelic. It's got that whisper trait where, like, yes, a whisper is supposed to be, it's supposed to be quiet, right? And he's semi-translucent here. This feels like a whisper in visual form. The essence is beautifully captured here, and I really appreciate the choices that they make in creating this type of artwork. Obviously, with the rainbow foiling, it's going to be fantastic, but at this point in time, it's king in the making. So, like, Simba is in between when he's a cub, when he becomes king again, or not king again, I guess king, and really steps into that role of trying to be like his dad in Mufasa. Right here, he's still young. You get that feeling with it. He's got some growing up to do, more wisdom to gain. He's not that Mufasa level of that presence that carries himself as a king, but instead, he's getting there, and I like that. I appreciate it. On the flip of that, you got Demona here, and this is the essence of Demona. Demona was at one point a hero with Goliath, a protector of her clan. After, spoiler alert, the betrayal, which happens in like first 2 episodes, so it's not that big of a spoiler for what Gargoyles, she never forgives all of humanity for the betrayal and the loss of her clan. And all of the years of that anger and spite and just hatred is captured here. She is a creature prone to violence, does not listen to reason, lacks most compassion most of the times, and is bent on acquiring power. And so you get the red eyes when she is in full anger mode, the claws ready to go. When she comes to life, if you're anywhere near her in gargoyle form, you don't want to be near. You're in danger. You need to leave. You hope you have Goliath nearby. And this artwork captures that. The wings are brought in, so she's not getting ready to fly or land. Instead, this looks like she is getting ready to pounce. Like, wings are ready, squatted down, claws up. She's about to jump right at you, and I'm here for it. Like, yeah, it's scary in its own way, but the art, Sarah Loyal looks like that's the artist. I don't actually recognize the name. I'll have to look that up at some point. I don't know if they watched Gargoyles before creating this. It certainly feels like they did. It certainly feels like they have the essence of Demona captured in this, and I love it. Absolutely how it should be. As a collector, that's what I want to see. I think if you're playing the game, you still want to see really awesome artwork on stuff as well too. Obviously, you want fun game mechanics and great design. For me, I'm here for the artwork. Shiny cardboard is where it's at. So, okay. Enchanted, I assume the next slide is going to be the Iconics. Oh, do we have another slide? We do. All right. We got the Iconics here. We have the Hades. We have the Ariel. Yep, I did say I had seen those cards. I think there were, if you're following social media, like Instagram, other places like that, these were released as a leak via Amazon. Apparently, there was like a listing made for Whispers in the Well by Ravensburger through Amazon. I don't know how, but someone found a hidden page on Amazon. And if you had the link, you could actually view the page, but it wasn't live. It wasn't searchable with it. So we saw these early. I love the Iconics. I'm so glad that they introduced Iconics. We had the first 2. I think having it as Mickey and Minnie is absolutely perfect. That is the core of Disney, right? All the other properties, they come from Mickey Mouse, they come from Minnie Mouse. Having those as the first 2 Iconics, totally understand. I think that's great. Ariel, we're talking The Little Mermaid, absolutely classic property. Understand the iconicness, the singing voice, the hair, the movement of it, all the design choices that go in along with this, and still that whisper form where I think if we're seeing something as a whisper, there's a lot of movement in the card. Not just with the character, but with everything going on about them. And so I think that's the theme we're going to be seeing every time we see a whisper character. And it really shows the work that the artists are going through. together as a cohesive team. So any of the criticism we talk about, like, oh, there's no plan or anything like that with Ravensburger and they're just winging it. I think when we see, stuff like this, when we see whispers and we see that connectivity. Now I'm going to go with connectivity. That's the word we're going to go with, of the art design style across, some of amazing artwork across different properties. If that tells me there's a plan somewhere among the artists, among the creative design, there's a plan going on there. These are not coincidental design choices. That I just refuse to believe that this is just a coincidence in how the whispers look, because I'm not an artist. My art skills are not there. I appreciate the arts, but my background is the cold hard sciences. I do physics. That's really what it is. So if I'm picking up on these choices, that tells you it's intentional, and they want you to recognize these things, and they want to invoke, I think, that feeling and that visual, I'm going to say, clarity of what it means to be a whisperer. Even without me even understanding what the background to a whisper is, I feel like I'm gaining some connection to it simply from the artwork with it. So, okay. We also got Hades from Hercules. I really need to watch Hercules, is what I've learned from this. I guess I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't. I did not realize how iconic of a villain Hades was. I guess, pun intended on that, right? We got an iconic card, iconic villain. I would not have guessed Hades to be the next iconic character in this. I'm glad it's a villain. I think that's very important to have that representation of the heroes, princesses, as well as having the villains. If I'm thinking of like the most iconic villain, I'm way too biased in this. Obviously, I'm going to pick Scar, which probably isn't what everyone else would think. Maybe you do. Maybe they picked Hades because we already had the Reign of Jafar set. We already had Ursula's Return, so we had set 4, set 8 for Ursula's Return, and then Reign of Jafar respectively. Maybe this is the Hades time to shine. And if we look at the last set, we had the Scar, finally King, holding the Skull Enchanted card. And, up on my wall, I have, another Scar Enchanted, the Vengeful Lion. We have the promo Enchanted card of Scar. So maybe it was like, well, Scar's got enough love. Let's go with Hades. Or maybe Hades is that iconic of a villain, and I just don't know. So artwork, I don't know if it fully captures Hades. I can't speak to that because I actually have not seen Hercules. There are certain things that I really appreciate about this. Obviously, the I want to say robe, I think he's got going on, held together with the skull. Almost looks like a scarf there, but it's not. I think it's more like a robe or a toga, something like that. The hand coming out in the artwork, like, it feels like he's trying to make a deal with you. And I haven't even read the thing. It's like, what do you say when you play this character? Oh, duh, I've already done that one. This is like the, hey, do you want to make a bargain with the devil? And that hand coming out and that smile there of just the, hey, you can trust me, right? Wink, but, that face, the teeth, you're like, this is a bad idea. But, with that hand there and that smile, you're still tempted, but you're like, no, you got to walk away. You don't want to make a deal with that. And so that's the vibe. That's what I'm getting from this. I think it's a lot of fun. The eyes, the face, that smile, it's very well done, and you can't even forget about the blue flame hair that he has going on. So I think this is telling me is I gotta watch Hercules. If I pull an iconic, I can guarantee you I'm gonna watch Hercules. So yeah, I'll make that deal. I think if I pull an Enchanted, that's the deal the doc is making with me, that I need to watch the movie. But I've seen Aladdin, I've seen Little Mermaid. I did watch the Goofy movie after we pulled the 2 Enchanted cards, Powerline and Max Goof from that. So, okay. This has been very interesting, a whole lot of fun. Do we have another slide? We got promos. Man, okay. Was not ready, did not know we got promos here. We got another Scar, Eerily Prepared. We got the promo of Daisy Duck. We've seen that one. Elsa Exploring the Unknown. Great Illuminary. That looks... Oh, Abandoned Laboratory. That is from Gargoyles, but I don't recognize that. I don't know what that is actually from. If that's from Avalon or it feels like it should be, but apparently I need to rewatch Gargoyles because I don't recognize that location. But wait a minute. Hold up a minute. I got to do a follow-up video because I said in one of my first videos that locations are coming back. There is going to be a new location that hasn't been reprinted. I didn't count any of the reprints in Fabled, but I was like, there's no way they're going to drop locations. And boom, we got a location here. I have officially can mark that one as being correct for one of my predictions. Awesome. All right, I'm planning on making an update video for that, but you saw here first. Prediction correct. Locations are here. So, oh wow, that is a strong one too. You got to get rid of that real quick. Characters gain exert to draw a card while here, and it with purple. Okay, like I could see maybe they do a reprint of like Jafar striking illusionist, where when he's exerted, every time you draw a card, you gain one lore. Like this combined with Jafar, you have a really cool win condition if you can keep this location alive. So, okay, we got Zeus, we got Jasmine. Man, another boost for the Zeus. Where there's a card under this character, +2/+2 for 3. That's that could be pretty strong. I like that. The Jasmine gets a boost. Whenever this character quests, when there's a card under her, you remove up to 3 damage from each of your characters. Wow. Okay. They could really do something with challenging, and there might be some crazy synergy that occurs with something like that. Whenever this character quests, if there's a card under her, remove up to 3 damage from each of your characters. That could be strong. I like that. And then you can combine it with a Scar. Whenever you put a card under this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 attack this turn. Okay, wow. They have some choices on this. I think the deck building is going to continue to get more and more complicated. I don't think that's anything crazy to say that's going to be the case with it, but man, that I'm excited to see how that works. I may have to go into maybe Blurple. I don't know. I think I want to try the Great Illuminary. I want to get a location to work again because I really like the idea of locations. I enjoyed it with Pride Lands. So I'm really hoping they become meta relevant, but that card looks very powerful. We got Winterspell. Oh man. So this may be like a 2-part video. I've been talking for, I don't know, like 25, 26 minutes at this point. Wow. Okay. So Winterspell. This is February 13, 2026 release. I think this is the official Pixar release. So we're going to get our Pixar cards in this one. We knew about this, I think, as of late last year, that in 2026 we're getting Pixar. I'm here for it. I want my Doug Enchanted. Obviously, Toy Story. I love Toy Story, don't get me wrong, but I'm a dog person. You know Sahani, you know Atira. So, like, I'm excited about the dogs. It's fine. All right, what do we got? We got Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. So, still Disney property. This is not Pixar, but I love Darkwing Duck. I watched that as a kid. Yes, I'm that old to watch Darkwing Duck. I think it's fun. We got the Stitch. We got Carefree Snowboarder. So I love Carefree Surfer. It's one of my favorite enchanted cards. You know me. I'm a big Stitch. Lilo and Stitch. Launchpad also from, I think that's DuckTales. Oh, no, it is. Oh, in this case, it is Darkwing Duck. So there's overlap between like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and I think something else as well. So I may not fully get those right. And then we got Angel. This is something I don't know about, but I do know the doc is super excited about this card. She really enjoyed when, I think it was the Lilo and Stitch TV show, the animated show, where they introduced the other experiments that I think came before and after Stitch. And so she was telling me about Angel, which I think is the love interest of Stitch. If I'm saying something wrong, I'm sorry. I haven't watched it. Apparently she's a siren, which is interesting because in Greek mythology, sirens, the story there is darker than I'm going to cover on this channel. But I don't think that's the direction they're going with Angel here. I think she's supposed to be, she's an ally. She's not a hero, so maybe I don't know now. I'm curious. Maybe I'll have to ask. Is there something more to Angel being a siren than I know about? I actually don't know. All right. We got Wild Unknown. Oh, is this okay? So we got Toy Story here. This must be the Pixar release. So I'm guessing Winter Spell is not Pixar then. It looks like it's Darkwing Duck and the Other Experiments. Okay, and then the next release. So this would be 11. We're at 9. Whispers in the Well is 10. Winter Spell is 11. Oh, Wild's Kingdom is 12, which means they have broken the trend. Which I guess there's only 2 data points. Isn't exactly a trend. It's a line segment. But in set 4, it was a villain set. It was Ursula's Return. Set 8 was Reign of Jafar. So we were thinking, I think a lot of people were thinking, set 12 is the villain set. Who's going to be the villain? Was it, it wasn't going to be Demona, but was it going to be Hades or something like that? Apparently, it's the Pixar set. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, we got Turning Red. So if you haven't seen Turning Red, super cute movie. If you've watched it, and you're probably already thinking in your head, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats, right? Like that's thing in the movie. It's a very fun movie. So, okay, wasn't expecting that, but wow. Okay, so Toy Story and Turning Red. Very unexpected, but I like that. So that means that there's a lot of other Pixar movies, Monsters Inc., Wall-E, Up. There's too many to name here, right? But they're probably going to be paired with like some of the all-time classics like Toy Story, right? With I think maybe cult fan favorites, or more of the newer movies that haven't had enough time to develop into those iconic classics. I think Turning Red is a fantastic movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a great story. It's cute. It's funny. And so maybe we're going to see more pairs like that of like newer movies with the iconic classics of Pixar. Okay, I think that may be it. That is it for what we know. Okay, so a lot to unpack here, a lot going on. I'm sorry, this video has been going on for a while. If you've made it all the way through, I really appreciate you. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. We got Whispers in the Well coming November 7th. And then November 14th, I'm really excited because that's right. That's my birthday month. It's, I'm going to pull that Simba Enchanted and that Demona Enchanted and Whispers in the Well, obviously, or the Ariel Iconic. That's going to be my birthday gift with it. So, okay. I hope you're as excited about Disney Lorcana in the next sets as I am. It's going in the right direction. It's, there's a lot of fun to be had, so many great things on the collector side. I will keep updating on the values of everything as well too. I know people have been positively responding to that, so I'll keep tracking values of stuff, let you know what it's like on the investor collector side. And then I think overall, if you play the game, if you collect, or if you're just a Disney fan, then I think Lorcana is the place for you. You can appreciate all the artwork that's going on here, relive some of the joy. And if you have children, I can assure you, I've seen the faces at the card shows that we attend. When they see the Disney characters, they get really excited about it. They love seeing, their favorite characters and, this smaller form with it and stuff. So let's just celebrate the game, the art, everything about it together, and keep everything positive and having fun with all this. So let me know what you're most excited about. I want to hear. Is it the Black Cauldron? Is it Gargoyles? Is it the new iconic cards? Is it Pixar? Is it, what else am I forgetting there? Is it Darkwing Duck? Probably. Is it the Stitch Experiments? A lot to unpack there, but I want to hear about it. I look forward to reading the comments. We've seen a lot of growth in the channel as of late, and I am super excited about it. I want to keep responding to all the comments and celebrate and share the game with you and have some fun along the way. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.